Oh, hello, stream.
FYI.
Hi, stream.
Let me
There.
go ahead and swap batteries in my headphones real quick.
Quick, while he's gone.
For just angrily bickering about a game.
But that's like 75% of the internet.
True.
And the start of all these streams.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
75% of the start of all of our streams.
Is the players not realizing they're being recorded?
No, that's 100%. Arguing about games, 75%.
Well, hello there. Welcome. So we had a little hiatus. Gosh, what smart decision were you guys doing when we last left you?
Mark.
We were going after our friend.
Oh, your friend. Oh, yeah, your friend.
I think that was taking us down towards Sans Rest. That direction, generally.
I think so.
I found some really nice mute fruit. I don't know about these assholes.
All in due time. You guys had just exited Withervale. I believe it was early morning, and you guys were bloodhounding some footprints. Is that correct?
Yeah, something
Yarp.
along those lines.
All right. So, let's move you on the right side of the map as I change over. Sorry, turning on stuff and turning on other stuff. Okay, so the overlay should be displaying where you guys are now. So, you guys have just left Withervale. It's early morning. You had an interesting evening. Somebody came and took a friend of yours to go for a late night swim. And, you guys are like, well, I guess since we can't go swimming, let's just go to sleep. And I'm sure he'll return him kindly in the morning. When he did not do so, you guys woke up to find some footprints around your tent or temporary residence for the night, indicating that this person came back and checked you guys out and headed on down. So you guys decided to follow him outside of Withervale. I don't remember if you guys told anybody that you were leaving or anything, or did you just sneak out and start following the footprints?
I think we snuck out and started following.
Sounds about right. So,
I mean, I do feel like we kind of told them, hey, we're just literally passing through here.
true. I mean, I don't think...
I figured we had made that clear of just like, hey, we're not really stopping. We're moving on.
You guys had a very long, elaborate goodbye, and then you guys came back, and then you had another goodbye.
Okay, for real this time, goodbye.
No takesy backsies. So, as you guys make your way outside of Withervale, the sun is just peeking up over all sorts of strange, different terrains. You guys notice that the footprints are heading mostly to the south. There is a well-worn path just outside of Withervale. You guys previously had taken the path to the east. It seems as though these footprints lead off to the west primarily. But it's very pretty. I don't know that you guys have ever really, been up quite this early and seen the sunrise. But as you look off to the east, you see what looks like mountains or very, very tall hills. But it looks like a mountain range, you're pretty sure. Lays off in the distance in a great line, curling around an unseen edge, like a tail of a great beast. You guys kind of pause as you get your first glimpse. It's very clear, much clearer now than you have seen with all the winds around. And you get what looks to be a first glimpse of Crater Lake. Off in the distance, you notice how it kind of dominates the whole horizon to your east and south. And as you guys kind of pan to the north end of that curved tail, you see the path that leads towards the east, towards where you guys have had a lot of time. NCR outposts and battles with raiders At least that's what you hope they are. Areas towards Kem. And that dominant horizon to the southeast of Crater Lake just kind of makes you look back at Withervale and makes everything seem like a distant memory. It feels like it's been weeks instead of days. You're tired. And you guys have come across varied terrain before, but what you're seeing as you head towards the west, following the footprints, it's different. You've seen Lush in Withervale. You know that they're the trading post, the hub. You know that the ground is good for making food, growing some kind of edible things. There's water sources there. It's more lush than what maybe most of you have come across, but as you head further west and south, it's even more so, more wild, more untamed. Not at all like the sands that you had seen towards the NCR outposts and towards Kem. As you continue on your path, you guys are aware that the reason this land is so lush, it's backing up. It's putting you between two hills. There's mountains to the west, and off to the now mostly east, somewhat south, is the great tail, the great ridge for Crater Lake. You notice you're in a valley of sorts. And the path, while well worn, looks overgrown in places, as if nature is trying to reclaim it, day after day. Alright, so, if you guys would like to, from this point on, we're going to have you guys take control of your party symbol. And you guys are starting to enter into more dense area. The path is getting a little more overgrown the further on you go. So for every square you move in, we're going to have you roll that d20. Well, things might happen and they might not. And I've lost you all, and I am alone.
All right. Let's keep heading down the path.
Yep. Yeah, I guess into the next square. Assuming diagonal's an option.
Yeah, I mean, either. The path is rough, but yes. Unless you guys tell me you're veering off the path for some reason, I will assume that you are following the footprints, which are on the path.
Okay.
D20 for event?
Yes.
Or maybe not?
Yes, for question mark. Yes. All right. I'm sorry. All right, so you guys you're fine. You're proceeding down. It continues to get more and more lush, more green. The earth turns not just healthy like you saw in Withervale, with like a healthy color to the soil, but almost wet in spots. And you see the footprints are still there. There's been no attempt that any of you can tell at hiding them, but they seem to be picking up pace, or at least have a wider stride to them, almost as if the person is no longer walking, but they are running. Go forth and move, if you will.
To the south. And I will take the roll.
All right. So you make your way on the path, and you start to see the footprints now are deeper than they were before. They've kind of come back together a little bit. And there are a number of them. So as you guys kind of follow this path, it starts to lead you through a kind of a clearing. There's been some trees and bushes on the sides of this path, but this looks more like a brief clearing with bushes all around it. It's unnaturally green. Just such bright, deep, wet colors. It just reeks of wet earth. Even though you haven't encountered any rain, it just feels heavy. The air is much more wet than you're used to. Every sprawling tree that you pass under, it just kind of looks like it's hanging over you. It's kind of clearing your path. And the further in you go, the more that the sound is taken in by this wet air. It feels otherworldly. You start to see huge roots spreading from these giant trees. They're twisting and growing over one another. And the foliage above you and around you is so thick. Above you, it starts to form a canopy and almost covers the sky. Some dull sunlight does find its way to the ground, but it almost lights the path that you see ahead of you. You hear winds just above, fluttering the treetops, but it feels very, very far away from where you are right now. And we are going to bring you to a map. Up ahead, you guys place yourselves, if you could, right at the top of the map here on the path. As you guys walk around a corner, you see more of the same. Just ahead, you see Liam. He's leaning with his back against a tree, and there appears to be some vines slithering quickly away from his limp body. And his head is drooped at a very unnatural angle. He appears to be unconscious. What are your passive perceptions?
13 here.
15.
12.
14.
Okay. Let's see. You all of you can see a drop of blood, liquid, you assume blood, falling from the back of his head area and kind of dripping across his neck. You may proceed as you'd like to.
I will carefully approach Liam.
I will be doing the same. Especially seeing those vines.
Start getting out my new healer's kit.
Okay, yeah. He packed it so nicely for you. Everything's in its little compartment.
Oh, that's just getting, really disorganized really quickly.
You're ransacking. The bandages are no longer sterile, sir.
Yeah. I have my shotgun drawn.
All right.
So
Liam is unresponsive to you drawing your shotgun.
It's more in response to the moving vines.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gross. You see them up close now a little bit.
1218 has both pistols drawn, because why would they just leave him here? Something's not right.
Yeah.
As you guys approach Liam, the vines don't seem to be coming out of the tree. While they are slithering away, they are heading in this direction.
What direction?
Wrong layer. They are heading in this direction.
Gotcha.
They don't rise above the lines of grass and earth, but you can tell that they're moving away.
You, as you guys get closer to Liam, and the vines, you see like this gross trail of slime through the grass where the vines are retracting as they head towards this bush over here. And you look down at Liam's clothes and you see the same kind of gross, mucusy slime all over his clothing, specifically around like his shoulder area and kind of some on his hair, kind of dropping off, if that's a word, dropping off of his head. That's the sound it makes, so I feel like that should be a word, but might not be. What are you guys doing? You're up there. You're next to him.
I'm gonna try to make a medicine check to see if I can even do anything with him, because I have, mostly confirmed suspicions that he is not entirely human, or not at all human, as it may be.
Yeah, I mean, now that you guys are closer, you definitely confirm that drop that was coming around his neck is definitely blood. It looks dark and red, just like, we all bleed the same color, but yeah, give me a medicine check.
12.
All right. So, as you're kind of like peeking around, you kind of lean him forward a little bit, and his head just drobbles and rolls back the other way. You see a wound from where the blood is dripping on the back of the lower part where his neck meets his head. And you see a hole. It's looks to be a very precise cut. Lots of blood and muscle and tissue. It looks like about a 4-inch vertical gash from the back of his head down following his spine. And that is all you see with a 12, sir.
Is he alive? Is he breathing? Does he have a heartbeat? Anything?
You are not noticing any signs of life from him right now. He does not appear to be breathing. He is not responsive to you kind of jostling him. And, you got a stethoscope, right? In that med kit?
Yeah, probably.
No, you hear... You don't hear a heartbeat. You hear something. Could be gurgling due to you jostling around a body, but you're not sure. It's not a heartbeat.
Those vines, as they were slithering away, what do they look like? Like, could I grab a hold of one of them without it, like, injuring my hand? Does it look like they're sharp?
Yeah, the vines that are slithering away, they're about 3 to 4 inches thick around, just kind of like the roots that are coming from the trees, level of thick, covered in this shiny mucousy goop, but they don't appear to have any, like, sharp edges or thorns or, swords that they're carrying.
Okay, I'd like to try to grab one as it's slithering away from the body, just to kind of grab it and pull on it.
And everybody can roll initiative.
Oh!
Shit.
Yes,
Touch the
my
snake.
token is selected. Click the... I do
No
not see
step
the
on
turn
snake.
order list.
Yeah, give me a second.
Damn.
Turn order here.
Fucking out, 1218. Save that shit.
Double nat 20. What the fuck?
What, was one of those bits worth or something?
No, I don't know why it double clicked. It just did.
Interesting.
But one could be Bitsworth.
Alrighty.
But I think Bitsworth goes on.
Yeah, what is Bisworth with you? I'm sorry.
Bitsworth is always with.
Always above, behind, above, behind.
Sort of floating.
Okay. Well, Bitsworth has a better view than you, and I imagine that transmits to you. That view, the trees are swaying lightly with the subtle breeze, but the leaves are clinking together. You don't feel an increase in the wind, which you guys are now much more accustomed to noticing than you were previously to coming to this area, but still the leaves around you are chattering. Their chorus is soon joined by a strange rhythmic humming, and it eventually kind of blends into like a buzzing. And the buzzing begins to grow louder and louder as it overtakes that peaceful chittering of the leaves, and soon it's all you can hear. As you guys are kind of looking around you and try and look up or around and figure out what's that noise. Somewhere above you, you hear a heavy rustle of leaves and then a loud crack of a branch. You hear something falling through the leaves of one of the trees nearby. You see a tree near you shaking as it tries to rid itself of a heavy weight, and a wet thump hits the grassy ground. As you look in the direction of the tree, you see a giant shadow come up above the trees and head south as you hear heavy leather-like wings. And for a moment, the buzzing stops. A deafening silence, aside from the leather wings, beating away, fills in the area around you.
Ethan looks to Anders. A bat squatch.
Anders is standing there in stunned silence.
It was off to the south down here. I don't know if you guys even saw it.
I saw
it.
something.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as much as you're meant to see.
I saw Roll20 glitch out.
It did not like that.
Yeah.
And with the buzzing, reaching its apex and the crunch and fall, you start to notice more and more of the same types of beasts appearing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and give them a chance to do stuff too. And while they are in a pack, they do seem to be operating separately. So, Ethan, to your south, you see the stirring of many flying bodies. Give me a... What's your passive again?
15.
And to the north, you see one hiding, maybe a little bit in the background. But they are all buzzing, and they look like they're about to move. To what is a great question.
Alrighty. Ethan is going to whip out his revolver and take a shot at the closest one. What am I looking for? Alright, and because I have with the gunslinger subclass, or advanced class I think they're called, since I'm the first one moving, I get advantage, and also any ranged hit you score against. Yeah, I'm just going to put it into the chat. that helps. So,
Quick draw.
I'm gonna fire. Yeah. So, pow. 17 hit?
17 will do it. That's a high
Hey.
caliber. E.
Pow for 17, and since since I land the hit, it is a critical. Oh, wait, no, the creature that is surprised. Never mind, sorry. I read that wrong. I bet. Disregard the 8.
Okay. So as you quick draw McGraw this guy, it looks like he was not paying attention, specifically to you. As you glance over, you can see that its antenna and headpiece are angled towards the sky. It looks like they were attempting to hide from something else. So that is actually a critical hit.
Ooh, okay. I'll take it.
It is not expecting the bullet at all, and struggles to hold on to the remainder part of the tree.
All right. Then Ethan is going to book it behind the trunk of this tree over here, and bonus action hide.
Okay, go ahead, roll it. Remind me what it is when it comes up next, because inevitably it will get buried. So, this locust sees the shadow leave, and 25, 50. Takes flight, heading towards the east, not necessarily towards you, but definitely away from where it was, and spits a glob of acid at the closest being. So Anders, and as it
That's not very nice.
spits, it seems to be affected by its level of flight, and it goes wide. And as they're next to each other, they all kind of buzz in a similar fashion, and the sound becomes louder and louder. As he takes flight, he gains in altitude, and he is nearing the canopy ceiling. 1218.
Okay. So this one is still alive-ish?
I mean, you could call it alive. It does seem to be moving, and its wings are flapping. But you don't really understand how it could still be alive. But it is.
Okay. Check. Much apologies. I keep saying it, but I need to get a new mouse. This one's being a butt. Reach both of these guys. So going to revolver at this one that did the spitting.
Okay.
Not so much offhand. Maybe.
So your offhand blast is accurate and does well. I'm going to go ahead and take the mod off. So that does 4 damage with your offhand shot. That's not right. Yeah. All right, so that is a action and a bonus.
And going to kind of scoot back here behind this tree. Should I roll for Bitsworth's own initiative or have him do on mine?
That's how we established it previously, so I feel good about that.
So Bitsworth, because 1218's aware of these ones, is going to fly over this way and be annoying and give the help to the next person who is attacking this. They can only really do it with one, so I guess attacking this one.
Okay. Yes, let's go with that. That is you. That is it. That is its action. All right. As you send Bitsworth forward, the winds, the sound above the canopy builds, and you can hear sand hitting the top of the trees. And as that sound builds, it actually starts to sound a little bit like a charge. And a bolt of lightning shoots from in between the trees above through the canopy, and goes towards the highest thing that here, and that would be this locust. So, all right, didn't even need Bitsworth help action, and it seems to attempt to blast this locust out of the sky, which does not seem to be something that the locust is interested in. As it falls to the ground and lands flat on its back. As this locust comes crashing out of the sky, another flutters out of the background. 50 feet. Seeing the bolt, it does not rise much above the ground at all. It's about 5 feet above the ground. Uses its bonus action to dash to be able to close in. And this one can see a little bit better and decides that Bishop would probably be tastier down the line, and spits acid at Bishop.
I'm going to take that with Harm's Way.
Ooh!
Woo!
So that's my damage.
Way to go, Tank.
Nice.
It's what I'm good for.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So you, in the cover me style, you push him to the side, hoping that your armor will protect you from this acid. Unfortunately, while the brunt of it goes on top, some of it goes into the joints and leaves you burning. So Desmond, as you see Anders take one for the team right in front of you, what does that bring us to?
It's a good question. What does that do? Give me just a moment. Let's see. Can I holster the sawn off and draw my cowboy repeater?
You can drop your sawed off and pull out your
Very well.
cowboy repeater.
Then drop it, kind of using my foot to kind of break its fall so it doesn't just slam it to the ground. Draw the cowboy repeater. And let's see. It was which locust that just spit at me? That Anders took the brunt of? That one. I'm going to shoot it back.
That does seem like a reasonable thing.
Yeah. And if this hits, I am choosing to make it a critical.
Okay.
Which it does not. We are, what, 4th level? We don't have extra attack yet? No. In that case, bonus action. Yeah. I'm going to taunt that middle locust that Bitsworth is next to. And basically be like, oh shit, I had something and then I lost it. Yeah, screw it. I'm not even going to bother. The more I think about it, the worse it's going to get. But yeah, I'm taunting that middle locust. This one.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead and text dump that for me.
Yeah. Wisdom saving throw, please. Unless if it has an intelligence of less than 6.
So through your various insults, I imagine this is much more of a smorgasbord, throw a bunch of stuff and look angry at it. As the locust does not speak your language, you make a flappy wing, kind of like, a bird clucking at it, and it seems to be shaken a little bit, maybe not understanding that you are not like it and you don't fly.
That works.
All right.
And yeah, I'm not going to move. I'm going to sit right here.
Okay. As you do so, a two-headed doe appears from the east, running through the forest with what seems to be abandon. And as it goes, it ducks under the locust here. I gotta make sure that that's the right amount of movement. Yep, that's about right. And it barely even looks up as it moves away, desperately fleeing from something else behind it.
Oh, fuck.
1218 just gets like exclamation points on his face and then like an angry squiggle, like what the fuck is happening, and then like back to his face where he's concentrating.
Now, is this a Metal Gear Solid exclamation point?
Dun, 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 dun.
If it makes the sound, that would be great too.
Absolutely.
I swear I'm trying to figure out how to plug in a soundboard as like a second mic input. It's gonna happen.
When you see it exported to YouTube, you guys will hear it. But unfortunately, Roll20, get your audio game together, homie.
There is audio in Roll20, it just sucks.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, not sorry, Roll20. The locust ahead of you, Bishop, the one that you flapped at, does seem to it kind of imitates the way that you were flapping. And it does take the dodge action. It kind of shifts all over as it moves. It closes in with you, Bishop, and makes a bite at you at disadvantage.
Yeah, that'll still hit. That'll still hurt.
No, it won't. I can do that twice.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I think you can keep doing that.
No, it only gives me an additional reaction that can only be used for this feature. So that's 2 reactions this turn.
Nice.
But that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, which you need to stop taking.
It's all that bat practice.
Yeah, well, now it's in melee range, so I can dunk on it.
It's very excited to be able to close in with Bishop, and looks almost disgusted as your skin starts to flake off and enter into its mouth. That's right, it's disgusted.
Disgusting. So, there we go.
I just noticed we have a bush on the turn order.
I was waiting for someone to notice that and be concerned.
I already noticed that a while ago.
It's capitalized, so it's the proper name. It just happens to be named as such.
Mr. President.
There you go.
So is this a shrub named Bush?
Well, you guys will have to converse with the creature to figure it out.
I had a joke, and I'm going to keep it to myself.
Time for Ethan to make more animal friends.
Oh no, not little Frank. 1218. This locust flies in with just a straight beeline. It doesn't seem to be moving around like the other one was towards Bishop, and just goes to chomp on your exclamation point.
Kinky.
As it goes to bite, you can hear the sounds of thunder right above in the canopy, and it seems to shake the locusts. And in this case, its bite goes wide as it freezes for half a second and doesn't connect with you.
Gross.
This one can't really get anywhere that it wants to. Oh, no, it can definitely get somewhere. It wants lunch. It definitely wants lunch. And it tries to eat this radstag, and is definitely not able to.
You keep living.
Hey, it's hungry, man. What are you to do?
Don't tempt me to try and befriend the Radstag.
Second bush.
Second bush. Oh, that one looks good. Bishop, you saw these vines earlier, and you grabbed them. While they still, they kind of slither in your hand a little bit and they vibrate. But then they seem to be drawn towards something else, and they almost leap out of your hand, and you see many more vines come lashing around and flying out of this bush and attempt to wrap themselves around this stag in front of you. And they do fully wrap around this poor doe who's just trying to get out of dodge. 5, 10. The one down here is slightly less interested. It throws a casual set of vines, but maybe bugs just aren't, its first food. Bishop, there's more locusts. This one does not have the space or distance to be able to bob and weave. It just wants to take a bite out of you. And they're rolling really good, guys.
Fuck you think, man?
You know how it is? Some days you just don't roll under a 20. Seems like the locusts and the red stags want to... Or the locusts in the bush are chasing after the same red stag. But it's still alive.
Go, Red Stag, go.
Go, Red Stag, go!
The red stag is trying to make it. Locust the last. Can it get anywhere? It can kind of get somewhere. Again, it has to make a straight beeline, but it's the thing that's living that it can see. Anders, does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit Anders.
Holy crap. The locust missed. Alright, guys. Anders, bring it home. As this locust closes with you, you can start to see a little bit more sparkle above as the sands are rubbing together and making some static electricity.
Okay, I see that. I hear you. This one looks hurt, yes?
Yeah, it looks real bad. So, can you tell me how you kill a bug with that weak of a strike? Because I can't explain it, and I need somebody to do that.
I can help you a little bit with that. So I need to reroll that D10.
It was
Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. Hold on. Okay. Whew. I guess I just clip a wing and it just drops and can't move around anymore. I don't know, dog.
You
clip its
slowly bring...
wing, or you knock its antenna off and it just kind of flies into the
Right,
tree.
that
It
one.
takes care of itself.
It just loses all sort of equilibrium and basically kills itself on a tree.
I am much more apt to buy kills itself on a tree as opposed to you bonk it lightly. So, yes.
Yeah. Then bonus action second wind. Hey,
now you roll a 10.
Yeah, efficiency. I can appreciate that.
all right. We're done here.
So, at the top of our round, between the lightning, the vines lashing all about, this horde of buzzing coming through, there's a little bit of stumbling. There's more sounds that are building of twigs breaking and thumping coming from the east, from the trees, and then it builds to an apex, and
Are we about to get attacked by a rave?
humanoid appears.
I was ready for a fucking death
that
blow.
noise.
And a humanoid appears back there.
Now, remember the Brotherhood you were chasing? Ah.
And Ethan, before you perch from your tree, Zach, if you can give them a brief description of what type of humanoid they see between some tree limbs.
They see a simple woman, long coat, cowboy hat, glasses, running, hauling ass with a rifle in her arms. And ducking behind a tree, getting low, and taking aim at whatever the hell is making all that noise.
It is a lot of noise. I would definitely agree. Ethan.
Ethan. Being as inclined with animals as he is, he's gonna see the rat stag all wrapped up, and he's gonna go for the bush. So, gonna go ahead and run up like there-ish, and he's gonna try and like cut at the vines that are holding the rat stag.
Okay, you're gonna cut at the
So,
vines that are holding
So
the
yeah, he's gonna
trade
trade his revolver out for his machete.
Okay. There are a large amount of vines wrapping around it. There's about 8. While you will be able to cut at the vines, there's no feasible way you could hack through all of them to prevent this red stag from being grappled. You are fairly certain that the vines are a life source for the bush, and you would harm it.
Yeah. Nonetheless, a good idea, potentially. Yeah, so I'm gonna swing with the machete. 19.
Yeah, it's they're vines and they're wrapped around something. They're not trying to dodge.
Whoa. For 6 damage.
Yeah. You chunk through, and you actually managed to cut through one of these vines that are wrapping through, and it squirts out a nice greenish, brackish fluid. And it seems to be a decent amount of it. But there are 7 other wiggly appendages flying right by.
Realizing hope is lost for the spore creature, Ethan's gonna bonus action disengage. Wait, is that one of the things I can do? It is, alright, yeah, bonus action disengage and use rest of his movement to get back behind the tree. Ooh, nope, there we go. But
Okay. Ethan becomes a tree. Yet again. And then we've got this locust. This locust is... Oh! This locust is still suffering from the effects of the lightning. So it is going to also take its damage. Sorry about that, guys. Jesus. So seeing that it took a really bad tumble, it's gonna get back up. And it's gonna shoot some acid here. Anders is the one in front, so it's gonna do that at that Anders there.
Does it have disadvantage from bits worth?
So the help gives advantage to attack it.
Okay.
So Anders will get melty for 6 points of damage. You'll have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
No worse than I've already gotten.
It's gonna move a whole little bit here. It's kind of bumping into Bitsworth a little bit.
Well, Bitsworth is still flying. It had fallen, right?
Yeah, no, he's good. Bitsworth's there. This guy's on the ground, so he's got to use half that move to get up. And then he's got to use 5 feet to get upright. So he's going to move an entire 5 feet. And then just trying to keep fluttering and moving around. Twelve 18.
Alright. So this thing is still within like 5 feet, right? So
Yes.
he would have disadvantage on the shooting.
Yes, he is right up in your business.
So
He's hovering above it.
So disadvantage on both of these. 16 maybe? And
Yeah, that second one is still good.
and Bitsworth is gonna fly off and distract this guy because these guys are like actually on people. Just gonna give a help there.
Okay. As the boom of your first shot seems to distract this locust, so that you can get your other hand in a position. Another boom rings out. There's still a couple of things here that are a little bit too high elevated. And the locust that was chasing after the rad stag is assaulted by a bolt of lightning, falling prone to the ground. Sorry, also coughing. This guy right here. Where'd that metal thing go? Where'd that flying stupid metal? Yeah, that's what he wants. He's gonna bob and weave his way over here. I've gotta put these on here. As he's closing in on this flying thing that's harassing the other people in its group, it's gonna try to take a bite out of Bits.
Ow. How many hit points do you have, Bitsworth? I don't think that many. Nope. Nope, Bitsworth is good.
Ooh.
Still sort of floating. Definitely sparking and not looking pleased.
Oh, yeah, he so the locust seems to have a very sharp bite, but much less than its bite. It seems like it's venom, or there seems to be a little bit of acid coming out, and that seems to be the primary thing that's actually harming Bitsworth. As its bite sinks in, this rad stag frantically tries to, oh my god, it might get out of these vines. Holy crap. You see the rad stag manage to crush and bite its way through these vines, and this locust to the south is falling and hitting the ground, and it's not able to snap at this rad stag as it bursts through the forest clearing and disappears to your west.
Woo!
Which is definitely number one on my things I did not expect to happen this session list. Which is going to bring us over to Bishop.
Yeah. Let's shoot the locust that's closer to me.
I didn't get added to the turn order, by the way, because I didn't have a
to the
token.
turn order. Yep. So, sorry. Akron, I will have you go next. I got to get him in here.
Yep.
That is my fault, because I forgot to add him in when he rolled his, 17?
17 something number.
Okay.
$17.18.
I was using the rad stag as a... Alright. I'm
Okay.
going to roll this way to stay hidden. And I'm going to take a shot at this one.
Okay.
With advantage, because Bitbird's sloping. Uh, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna be all good.
And for fun, I'm going to force that to be a critical.
Okay.
Because I am a sniper. Plus another.
I think that is. Unless if you have good ammunition.
Yeah,
Shit.
that would be 41 points of damage.
I hope you like eating
You
bug
do
for
that.
dinner instead of radstag.
Better than what I usually eat.
How is that any better than Blammo? Like,
Yeah,
Literally just Blamco mac and cheese is literally just powdered cellulose with a hint of cheese flavoring.
it's a very delicious thing. Can't
And-
knock Blammo.
I will use my bonus action to help against this one who's within 30 feet of me. Because I am helpful.
helpful.
So I'm going to start waving a flashlight at it and get its attention so it turns around.
All right. So Bishop, as you are facing in these enclosing locusts, you hear a boom of thunder around you, and then you hear a boom of thunder from the east as the locust in front of you is ripped from limb to limb. And the only way that you can tell that there was a shot from there is that there's a beam of light flashing out from the same spot at the locust that's currently attacking 1218. What does that have you do?
Use a free hand to wipe the bug guts off my face. Then turn and I'm going to focus on the locust that's within melee range with Anders. Kind of using his shoulder as a rest, and I'm just going to take a shot. Where's the cowboy? Does a 12 hit?
So it does seem to go wide as maybe Anders is too prepared to get ready to take another hit for you.
Ah, what the fuck you doing? Get off my shoulder.
Very well, my friend. You have at it. And with that, I'm giving inspiration to Anders. Which is a d6. Once within the next 10 minutes, add it to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Where was that when he was making his jet saving throws, man? You were holding out on him.
The jet saving throws were after the whole big battle whenever other things were going on.
Anders, I'm going to give your token a little kaboom. That'll be inspiration.
Kaboom!
And I do want to remind you that almost all of you, if not all of you, should have session inspiration from the last two sessions.
I
don't
believe
remember
I
who
used
did,
mine.
but- Okay.
I realized actually right now that when I killed that one locust, I was actually at disadvantage, so I'm just gonna have retroactively used that session inspiration. Keep everything above.
Cool. Bishop, as you slap a rifle on Anders' shoulder and, give him a little encouragement, 1218, this bug is here. It's trying to bite your face again. It really wants that exclamation mark.
Gets it this time.
It digs in for a nice 8 pieces. It also, as it is hovering around you, moves in an erratic pattern. That one's dead. We can start deleting the dead ones. This one is not. And it is going to... It seems it's not going to bob and weave. It just seems to be driving in a line trying to get all the way around here. Yeah. Yep. And it will try to make a snack out of a bishop.
I do believe that's going to hit. But I believe Anders said that he was going to use his reaction to take that hit for me.
There it is.
There it is. As it seems, Anders shakes the rifle off of his shoulder to prevent you from being bitten from this locust. Which brings up Mr. Bush number 1 here.
Yeah, it's the Bush Wookiees.
A very important question. Ooh, that one is closer. It will make... you see its vines kind of... where they're resting from where it was previously lying on the dough. They seem to whip forward towards this locust that's laying on the ground. So it seems like the vines have a lot easier of a time grabbing onto it. Because it is very, very on their level. 10. And this locust, wrapped in vines, begins to move closer to this bush. And this one does not do anything. Alright, Anders, flabby skin. Here we go. Does a 12 do it?
12 does not do it.
This one is just chomping at the bit. It really wants to get you good. This locust is very, very stuck in a bunch of vines, and you can kind of hear it chattering frantically as it seems to be getting sucked in. It tries to escape. But the bush seems to clench around it slightly tighter, even. Anders.
That guy's within melee of me, right? Or no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's definitely floated. He's above the ground, but he is within 5 feet of you.
Well, then we have our action. Well, I'm at disadvantage for acid I took ages ago. So I guess that's just going to miss. And that's all I do.
As you're trying to wipe this acid away from you and get it out from under your armor, you're able to swing the bat at the locust, and everybody around you would agree that you tried to hit that locust. You definitely give it an A+.
Sure did.
You get an A for effort.
Is that how you give him inspiration? Is that the words that you're using? You get an A for
Yes.
effort?
Yes.
Love it. The rad stag is no longer here. Ethan!
Ethan's up. He doesn't care nearly as much about a locust as the rat stag. So he is going to move around the tree further away from the bush that grabs things and presumably eats them. And he is going to take back out his revolver. He's going to take back out his other revolver and shoot at the locust near 1218.
You have advantage. I'm helping.
Oh, that's
And
right.
You have disadvantage because he's buzzing around. So,
So
you're
is that
breaking
normal?
even.
No? Alright, we'll take it. Where's the button? $24
Yeah, that's a pretty clean one.
for 10 damage.
And that very much strikes true to this locust, who, even though he is buzzing all around 1218, the light from behind seems to distract a bit. And you manage to get a situation where you won't hit 1218, and you definitely will hit this locust.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. And then I will bonus action hide. And since I moved less than half my movement, I get advantage. I can put the feet in if you'd like me to remind you about it, but...
No, but I would like you to mark your token so that I remember you're hidden.
Ooh, that's right. Alright, but roll the stealth for it. 27.
Okay.
Wait, never mind, figured it out.
Yeah, this locust is not doing so hot, but it will fly over here. It will bob and weave and try to shoot some acid at this weird light source that's coming from the forest.
At disadvantage, I'm at prone. 11 misses.
Okay. It seems to strike a lot of the miscellaneous trees and undergrowth. Just can't quite understand why it can't hit something that is projecting light out of it. 1218 as thunder booms ahead, above. You have a locust buzzing all around you.
Okay, so am I still at disadvantage? So advantage that was canceled out. I think I'm still at disadvantage because it's so close.
How do you have advantage?
Well, she was helping, and then it was too close to me. But now it's bobbing and weaving.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying it's disadvantage still, or is it?
Yeah, if so, Julie's help action affects one action. So you will still be at disadvantage because of that. However, if there was one advantage and any number of disadvantages, you would still be at regular rolling.
Okay. Pop. Not doing so good. It's worth. Is going to disengage and buzz off this way for a bit to assess the situation and not take any more damage. Let's see, what's your distance? And that will be it. Because can't hit anything apparently. Too far.
Okay, so he is buzzing on south.
Yes. Just gonna get a view of everything. Even though 1218 is focused on what they're focused on, Bitsworth is assessing things for future.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check?
For Bitsworth?
You.
Me. My perception.
Yeah, so within your fact databanks and by what you've seen here, you have noticed that lightning has struck a couple of times while you've been in this area with the storm that's above. You've noticed that it has only stricken anything that's above 15 feet in the air. I don't know if that changes exactly what you want Bitsworth to do.
We'll stay under the canopy.
Okay.
Just not, cause he has to fly or he can't move, but it'll just be not above.
Yeah. Like, even these locusts right now, it seems like, are hovering and close enough for Anders to swat at them, which seems very strange. But as the booming roars from above, that reason is made a little bit more clear. However, nothing is in range to be touched, so nothing happens. Besides more things wanting to close in here. Alright, what's that light in the forest there? Julie, you see a locust flying your way. It seems to be going up, down, left, and right, using these trees to be able to bob and weave around. But does try to take a bite out of you. 7 won't do, but 21? Muted? If
Sorry, 21 hits.
okay.
I had to mute my mic.
We do the same thing, man. A lot easier than push to talk. As it sees this light beam laying on the ground, and just kind of homes in and zooms in on it. Which brings us to you immediately. What do you do?
I am going to use 5 feet of movement to stand up. I will... Let's disengage over this way.
All right. So that's movement. That is a action?
Yeah.
All right. And anything else? Bonuses?
I will use my bonus action to... Same thing, help against this one.
All right. You're hooping and hollering. Flashing
I
a
would
little light.
I would go further up, but the map ends.
Gotcha. All right. Bishop, you see the forested figure step out. But there is definitely a nice bug right in front of you. And you're definitely muted.
I know, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, screw it, I'll take the disadvantage and I'm just going to shoot it. And that's going to be that one. Right, yeah. Going to be disadvantaged no matter what. 7 misses. Huzzah. On to the next.
All right. So as Bishop, maybe swearing, maybe this locust is burnt up a part of his coat. 12 18 This one, again, bobbing around, trying to take a bite out of robots. It's not going to happen. This one, again, trying to bob around, moves a little bit forward. Looks like he's trying to avoid getting grouped on. Yep, it's gonna be at the bishop here. Can I make it go at the bishop, please? There we go.
I can't afford to take that one, buddy.
Yeah, I'll take it. Don't care.
As it starts digging in, it may be recognizing that its partner to the south, that maybe they could actually do something here. But this bush is going to restrain this locust here. And the other one... does... Let's see if it notices. It does make an attack at this locust. So, Anders, as you're fending off blows and trying to make sure that Bishop doesn't lose any of other parts of his coat and that you don't lose any more of your skin, this locust seems to get wrapped up and dragged away from you.
All right, then.
You end up with a little bit of slime on your arm, but it's nothing that you can't just shake off. And I am going to make sure that the next time I make macros that I have them across the bottom of the bar. As these two locusts chitter, you can hear them kind of, it almost sounds like screams, screaming out as they grow ever closer to the bushes below. Anders.
All right. I guess I'll hit this guy. Does 14 do it?
14 will do it. It seems like as much as he wants to bob and weave around, putting a stick to a bug seems to be effective.
Yeah, I used to play stick bug all the time when I was a kid. For 10 damage.
So that is 10 damage. This locust is looking pretty darn well injured, and stick bug is canon. Ethan.
Alrighty.
Help, help.
Yep, I'm gonna keep trying to help these two. Fire my revolver again.
Which one are we shooting at here?
Same one. Up top.
You are hidden, so wouldn't it be at advantage?
But there's the disadvantage because it's bobbing and weaving.
But I believe I helped him again.
Yep. Which would still make it flat. But 13 does do it.
Whoa. 10 damage again.
Yeah, that'll definitely spin a wing. Looks like he's losing a little bit of his flight pattern there.
Ethan will take his bonus action to ready an action to shoot at the same locust if it tries to bite at either, or if it tries to bite at 12-18.
Okay. Anders, from the east, you see a bug flying in directly in like a straight line
Oh, fuck.
right towards you. And it definitely also wants a piece of that.
Oh,
bug.
fuck. Yeah, that'll touch.
Bad touch.
Bad touch.
That'll bad touch. Whoa, whoops. Why am I at -8 health points? I was supposed to say -8.
We're getting wind from somebody's mic. I don't know.
Okay. And is that? I'm sorry. Are you up? Are you?
Oh, I'm up. I had 20-something hit points, but I don't know. For whatever reason, it instead of subtracting 8 hit points, it set me to -8 hit points.
Oh,
Gotta
well, I
love it.
mean, I would have preferred that.
I
but
know.
Maybe not. Maybe not you.
I know, but now I have to conservatively estimate what my hit points just were 30 seconds ago because I don't remember. I put it to 23. Seems appropriate.
We'll play it safe. Something that Anders has never done in his life. 12-18. You've seen 2 shots rip through this locust.
Yes, I have. This one's also bobbing and weaving and stuff, right? So disadvantage all around?
Yes, as long as they have circles on them.
Okay, so he's going to continue to attempt to attack the one on its face, because he's going to miss. He might as well miss trying to save his own face at the moment.
Damn.
Well, that first one's good.
Hmm.
For sure. And that'll definitely end this bug flapping around
Okay, good.
all up in your business.
So, whichever one he was trying to fire at the second time, it just did not work. Too wiggly! And then he is going
Wiggle,
to...
wiggle, wiggle.
Let me just see how far away he is from thing. He's gonna keep Bitsworth where he is for the moment. And that is all.
All right. The static above, it seems to be building even more. It sounds like it's not just a temporary lightning strike. It could potentially be building up into something more. This guy right here, bobbing and weaving, closing in on the closest thing it can. Julie, does a 21 do it?
Zach, Mike.
I'm not hearing you, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm down.
Oh.
So as 12-18, as you manage to down this locust in front of you, you see the source of light from the trees, cowboy hat and all, stumble down as this locust sinks its jaws in. Julie. Hi, welcome. I'm Kyle. This is the entire group. Welcome to Captain Reboot. Welcome to the Burning Winds. Can I have a death saving throw, please?
And don't make it bad.
Didn't first session we had like 2 people go down the first round of combat, or not round of
I
combat, but the first.
I did go down the first round of combat.
I'm pretty sure
of
I
this
did
entire
too.
game.
Or not the first round, but I know I went down the first combat. Glad to see it's still a theme.
All right. Julie remains motionless on the ground. Bishop.
Let's go ahead and shoot at that locust. Unless it's this icon. What does that icon mean?
That is the bob and weave icon.
Okay.
This locust below is not bobbing and weaving.
Yeah.
And also, bobbing and weaving only affects ranged weapon attacks with its dodge action.
How many times are you going to say bob and weave?
Weave and bob.
Anyhow.
Weave,
No,
bob, and bob,
screw it.
weave.
It's at disadvantage either way. I'm going to go for healthier. Nope.
Did you
Gun
ever
jams.
pick your sawed off the ground?
No. It's still
Okay.
sitting at my feet. It'd still be disadvantage.
All right. No.
You know what? I'm going to... What do you mean no?
Aren't you close quarter shooter now?
No, I'm sniper.
Literally the exact opposite.
Fuck, you're right. You're right, but my fighting style is CQC. I've had that for a while. I don't have disadvantage whenever something's within 5 feet of me.
Oh, hey.
Thank you for reminding me to look at my sheet a little harder.
This
So
is your
yes,
friendly reminder to review your sheet.
since that's the case, I would go for the south one, and it would be a 16 to hit for 3 piercing. And you know what? I'm going to make it a critical and roll that damage die one more time.
Roll
Because
that beautiful
sniper as
bean
well.
footage.
Well, I'm also a dumbass and forgot I have hatchets, but okay.
There we go. 6
Did you climb a
damage.
wall with those?
Yep.
6 damage to South Locust.
They next to the drugs, 1218?
So yes, remembering some of your training, you managed to, instead of trying to shoulder up your cowboy repeater, you just kind of hip wing it, and that gives you the angle that you need to be able to put this locust down.
Lovely.
Which will bring up a dead locust. Which will bring up an alive locust next to Bishop, who's still bobbing. Still bobbing. He is still going to try to take a bite out of Bishop. Nom 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 nom.
Bishop goes down.
No, I can take that one.
Okay, then I am still up apparently.
We're getting real danger close, friends.
So as Bishop lays one out, this locust goes to bite him back. Lip Anders shoves him out of the way.
It's too bad you guys don't have a shield leaning against a tree or anything.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
To be fair, the shield wouldn't help. It only adds +2 to your AC.
He's made of strong stuff.
You hear Ethan. You are in a tree. You see the locust get dragged inside of this bush, and you see all of the vines within this bush starting to wrap around it. The bush seems to kind of shrink down around it, and you start hearing some crunchy noises as some fluid starts to leak out from around.
That's fucking terrifying.
No, not that token. This token. Bitsworth can hear the same down below.
The big munch.
Nom.
Only problem with designing an encounter with creatures grappling other creatures. It's a lot of rules for the DM, but The bush, proper noun bush, manages to hold on, both of them, to these tasty treats that they have. Anders around the crunching and the biting and the shoving Bishop out of the way. What do you do?
I'm going to add some whapping to that. Hey! That's a whap.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a whap, and that comes with a nice wet thunk, too. As this locust, while it's still dodging around, does not know how to dodge baseball bats. Ethan.
I just watched that new person go down. Is it an action to stabilize someone?
Yes, it's an action. You make a medicine check against DC 10.
Ooh, medicine. Actually, I'm okay with medicine. Alright, well. Ain't about to leave her in the dust. So. Who just gonna make it? Gonna run on over. And I'm gonna try and stabilize her. Ooh, there it is. 19.
All right. Yeah, you managed to plug the hole. You first think about shoving some leaves in there. On second thought, you got some spare cloth that you can wrap around.
There is a medical kit on the front of her belt.
That will be used at a later time. And then Ethan's gonna use his bonus action to... I'm gonna word this strangely because I don't know how else to word it. So, drawn the machete, he's gonna try and, like, ready himself over Julie, so if the locust goes for either of them, he's gonna take a swing at it.
So if the locust attacks, you're going to try to hit it.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like in a defensive stance kind of deal. But yeah.
Got it. All right. 12-18.
Well, I'm gonna stop being a dumbass. I'm sure he realized it before I did. It was like yelling at me, but I didn't notice. Drop the pistols, pull a hatchet, and hatch at this guy over here.
Move one more square so you get advantage. Wait, no, fuck. We would have to be more. Yeah.
No, we know flanking.
No, I didn't think we were.
Oh no? Okay.
Hatchet.
Yeah.
Smack.
Ooh. 12-18. Recognizing right tool for the right job.
Pull out the other hatchet and be ready to just go to town with both of them next round.
All right, we can move that around like that. And above you, still occurring some thunder. The charge above doesn't sound like a bomb about to go off, but it's definitely building to something. This locust, now completely surrounded, does not enjoy that at all. And he will bite towards Ethan.
Ooh, that hits. That
But I
hurts.
believe you do have a reaction to smack back.
And that I do. Machete. 13.
13 will do. Seems a lot easier.
Hell yeah. 10 damage. Very constant damage number for me tonight.
Well, consistency is key. As Julie, you're not dying anymore. Congratulations.
Yes.
Bishop.
Bishop, if you don't kill this thing, we're going to start being in trouble.
Yeah, Bishop's kind of standing there, bite marks all over him, kind of panting heavily, and he's like, looks down at the cowboy repeater. It's like, you know what, fuck this. Drops it, picks up the sawn-off shotgun from his feet,
Yes.
and he's just going to unload straight into this locust. Which misses!
So it does rattle this locust in front of you.
Fucking hate my life, I don't even have action surge. Bonus action, I'm gonna taunt it and I'm gonna be like, you fucking bug, just quit moving! Giving it disadvantage.
Bishop, the wordsmith of the group.
I mean, technically I'm supposed to be.
You're a little off your game at the moment.
Yes, I am. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw. It fails.
Nice. Still works.
And it flaps around, and it's a little bit confused about what to do. It still wants to eat you. Just, you've made it doubt how it wants to eat you. Does a 9 eat you?
No, it doesn't.
He's still gonna bob, he's still gonna weave around, but he looks less confident in himself if you were to, grade bugs on self-confidence. These bushes, however, know exactly what they're gonna do. That locust is super dead. And that locust is also super dead. Anders.
Fucking batter up.
Swing.
I'm gonna use that D6 inspiration. Unless a 10 hits.
I can't tell you whether or not that hits before you use your inspiration.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
For 4 damage.
As this bug goes careening down to the ground.
Yes! And then I want to fucking grab this lifeless body and drag it as far away from these bushes as I can.
Okay. I would consider that, because he's basically a humanoid weight, you're gonna grapple that and move at half speed. But
Got
I will
it.
give you a free interaction for that grapple because it's not trying to resist.
So we both go that away.
You do. Ethan.
Alright, now that she is stabilized, Ethan's going to bonus action. Yeah, but no, he's just gonna run, because you can do something. Gonna move to there. Which, if that triggers an attack of opportunity, it is at disadvantage. Because evasive footwork.
Yeah, he'll be okay with taking a snap at you.
Oh, that misses.
Yes, it does.
And then he's gonna real quick swap back to his revolver. Bang. 26.
You're gonna need to give me another one of those.
Another one?
That's a disadvantage. He's bobbing.
Oh, that's right. My bad. And there's the second. For 20.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
Still the 7 damage.
See, I didn't even say bob and weave there, I just said bob. It's totally fine, I'm not overusing that phrase.
Yeah, but then you talked about it, so yes, you are.
So you said it 2 more times.
Pie.
12-18. Ethan steps away and blasts another chunk out of this thing. It's buzzing all around you.
Got 2 hatchets now, whirling them about.
14 will do. 7 will do.
And 22 for the offhand.
Yeah, you shunk into this bug. You effectively dismantle it. There's some static going above. Julie is
Unconscious for 2 hours.
Bishop.
1 moment. What else do we still have alive?
Bushes.
I mean, we do got the bushes.
So what I'm hearing is we run the fuck away from the bushes.
Yup.
Fuck that.
Only I still had a Molotov left.
Oh my god.
I'm going to pick up my cowboy repeater, sling it over my shoulder, keeping the shotgun in my hand. It is an action to reload, yes?
It is an action to what, I'm sorry?
Reload?
Action or bonus action.
Okay. I'll use the bonus action. Hold on. What is the range on the sauna? 2060? Yeah. I'm hurt. Fuck this. I'm just going to move back.
All right, and any action?
I will use that bonus action to reload that spent shell into sawn off.
Alright.
And I'm not really going to use any real action because I don't have stim packs. I don't have a way to heal myself. So yeah, I'm just sitting tight.
So, Bishop, as you scurry over to the northeast, you run over a little bit of slime from the vines that Liam that were next to Liam, and your feet clear immediately as you go to the north. But Ethan, you look tasty.
Uh-oh. That misses, thankfully.
All right. So as the vines come flying out of the bush, it seems like there's no more vine left to give.
Did anyone see the movie Teeth?
A long time ago.
Oh,
Never mind.
man.
Never mind.
Isn't the not? Never mind.
Yeah, don't. You don't have to say it.
To the south, Anders, you see the bush to the southwest go inert, seemingly content with the meal that it had to the south. Which brings us over to you. Sorry, that brings us over to you, Anders.
Yeah, can somebody help me with this guy? And then move 2, 3, just continuing to drag it.
All right, Ethan.
Ethan time. I'm gonna get way the hell away from that bush. Gonna move over. I'll move over to Anders and help him with dragon. Liam. Did I measure that right?
All right. So, spoiler, no spoilers, but I'm going to drop us out of initiative at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. And then I think we're in a really good spot to go ahead and take our little break here.
I am okay with this.
I'm taking a nap.
Wait, is that Julie or is that... I'm confused. Alright, get your caffeine. Come back. We'll see who's alive, who's not.
I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Todd says
Hello?
no.
It's so cool. Just let me mod.
Todd says no.
We got all of our beeps.
Present.
You
Present.
Yep.
done? I believe
Aw.
no.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
shoved you
never
in.
left.
Oh, okay.
I never left. I just put my headphones down.
Ah.
Well, welcome back to those that did leave. Let's zoom in a little bit here on what's going on. So everybody's all hanging out in the same place. How nice.
Wow.
All right, so looks like you guys have pulled your friend Liam on over to join the group as well, in addition to a new person. Who is this new person? And what's going on? You guys are all taking a few second breather as you kind of survey the carnage that lays around you now. That was nicely cleaned up by the DM, but it's gross.
Do you want me to unclean it? I can put some.
I think they can visualize
All right.
the smushed insects.
Carcasses everywhere.
Our new friend is unconscious for the next 2 hours. Unless we have like smelling salts.
Will any hit point gain bring this person back to consciousness?
Yes.
Use that medicine kit.
Literally the minimum amount of hit points that I'm able to give you.
An expert with those ones.
So
Hey,
at 4
very
or
specifically
5.
chosen one. Actually, I guess I might need to reread the thing, but it's also plus the maximum number, plus hit points equal to the maximum number of hit dice you have.
So
So
4.
maybe another 4, although I'm not sure if that's already tied in. I have to look that up.
I feel like that's good. I feel like that's the right answer.
5 or 9?
I would go with 9. I would go with 1 plus wisdom mod plus level.
Mhm.
All right, so
All right. Well, you got 9 hit points. All right. Who the hell are you?
that's friendly.
That's Anders.
Damn. Damn. What the hell did I step into?
You have a
Who
shotgun
are all
pointed
of you?
down at your face.
What was that, Bishop?
I said, Bishop has a shotgun pointed down at her face.
Oh, hold on. She helped us.
You can point that way if you don't mind.
You can tell us who you are, please.
Julie, and I was just chasing down dinner. When I guess I stumbled onto you and your bugs.
Yeah, well, can you cook anything out of this?
Maybe. The hell were they? She shakes her head and she tries to stand
Large and unpleasant.
up. There's a corpse like right around there, right?
Yep.
I have farmer's wisdom. Make a meal out of this.
Yeah, you could. It's going to be gross, and you're probably going to have to combine all the bits of all of them that have been blown apart to find enough to make one edible meal for, what,
I
5,
also
6
have
people?
cooking tools.
Yep. So, I mean, you technically probably have dinner for the night, but I don't know how many people would call it dinner.
So, like, if you've ever, like, filleted a fish, you know, like picking out all the little bones and trying to get to the good meaty bits, you can definitely pick through a dinner that would be edible, but you're gonna have to dig through, and it might take some time to scrape all the good bits out.
I don't think this is what y'all want to be eating.
But the wings taste like chips, like crunchy. You want to gnaw on those for a while?
Anders may or may not have already found that out.
Ooh.
I saw some wild mute fruit back a ways. I could probably fix us up something with that instead of that. She kind of pokes the barrel of her gun into the corpse.
It squishes satisfactory.
And then I reload my weapon.
Yeah.
Thank you for your assistance.
No, couldn't let you be surrounded without helping out. What are you all doing out here anyway?
On a bit of a mission, though seemed like we accomplished it. He'll look down towards Liam.
Who? I'm sorry, I must have missed. Who pulled Liam on over? When was that? During the battle or after?
Sort of after the locusts were down, but you know, while
Running
we were
away
still
from
in range
plants?
of Dembush.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, Liam, maybe you have, or Ethan, maybe you have Liam by the scruff of his clothes, and he's just kind of hanging there, all limp. And you look down at him, and you call him a mission, and he's not offended. He's not much of anything right now.
He one of yours?
He was. Seems to be in a bit of rough shape.
Drips of blood come off of him as you say rough shape.
And if Ethan's holding him by like back of his clothes, does he see this wound on Liam's neck that you described earlier?
Yeah, you definitely see it. It's like it starts at the very base of the back of his head. So like you know, the NCR keeps their haircuts pretty tight, but it gobbed up some of that. There's some dried, caked on blood up there, and it's a big open wound, but it looks pretty precise. It doesn't look very haphazardly done at all.
Ethan will want to take a real close look at that.
All right, tell me what you're looking for, and or give me a medicine or investigation.
I'll roll medicine, but he's just gonna look at it and specifically how it's such like a precise cut, and just see why it's not like. Yeah, just look real deep into it, I guess.
Sure.
Bad description of what I'm doing. Sorry.
It's okay. You kneel down, you prop him over one knee, and you're like, "What is this?" And you get real close up in there, and you notice that like if you guys hadn't noticed the blood dripping out and hadn't known to look to the back of his head, you might not have noticed it was a big gaping wound. There's no like skin missing. It looks like it was kind of peeled away to reveal something. You as you kind of pull the flap back, it's a straight line in line with his where his spine is. It's a straight 4-inch line down. And looking in, you see that this cut, while precise, is also very deep. You see some muscle pulling out and kind of sticking out now that you've pulled the skin back a bit. And it's deep enough to where you can see where parts of the cervical vertebrae should be, like that bone line right on your neck there. You've seen enough wounds to know that there should be spine like right there. But you're seeing that it's not quite there the way you thought it would be. It looks like either there's some missing or maybe it's cut out. You're not sure what's going on there.
Well, Bishop, I'm afraid to inform. I think Liam's, I know, helping him. This wound goes way too deep to ever be able to recover from.
That's a bit of a shame.
Anders, did you happen to share your findings of the initial inspection of Liam with the group? His
Not
stethoscope.
really,
Okay.
but I know he had. There were some noises, but that could have been just from moving him around. I don't know necessarily yet what I'm listening for.
You still have the stethoscope around your neck, official looking.
I mean, I would have stowed it when the fucking locusts came through, but yeah, I can whip it back out.
No, I was just curious. Use it as a slingshot.
Yeah, he's got no heartbeat, no pulse, no breathing. I mean, he's dead, but I don't know if he was ever really alive to begin with properly. So, I don't know, maybe. But that wound, I don't know much about medicine, but I know there's supposed to be something back there that looks like a spine, and it ain't there.
And it should be far more jagged.
So when Liam was taken, like both him and 1218 were mind jacked, for a lack of a better term, for a bit.
Yes.
So that's kind of like an obvious thing to at least 1218 as to what like he probably actually was. Can 1218 I don't know if it would be just like an investigation to like look at him not as like a human but as a robot and see if he could find something like
Yeah.
like is the like should there be some like was that a spine? Did he just have like mechanics in him? Is he like a full-on robot? Like what's happening with like what is this essentially? So investigation or
Yeah, give me so Ethan's got him, bent
And
over his knee at a good
and I
angle.
also have like the quote unquote arcana, which was like technology. Like we replaced that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation with advantage, because you're specifically looking for something that Ethan and Anders weren't really. And Ethan's got it pried open real nice for you.
With advantage.
While they're poking around a dead body, I'm going to be up against the tree to rest.
You're gonna be what? Up a tree?
Up against the tree, taking
Okay.
a short rest.
Okay. All right, so 1218, as you're digging around in the back of Liam's neck, you quick question, is any part of 1218 magnetic for just reasons? Do you have that power? Or are you just metal?
Just metal.
Okay. So as you're prying around in,
Question.
Yeah.
How does the 1218's actuator hands attach?
I mean, I would assume bolts, but
They're removable, but
I would think magnets would be a little flimsy in terms of having a removable limb. I would think you would want something a little more secure, and then you would be able to remove it.
Figured I'd ask.
Strong magnets could potentially be pulled away
How
unwillingly.
do they work?
and erase things.
Yeah, keep her away from credit cards, man.
What do you mean? How do what work?
It's an
Magnets.
insane clown posse reference.
Oh yes. Okay.
Anyway. So
I can't believe I missed that joke.
turns I didn't expect this conversation to take. Oh, the ICP.
Oh,
Okay.
please, it's a meme.
Fucking magnets.
Fucking magnets. All right. So you're digging in there with your little metal digits. And you know what, you've been around humans, you've been saving humans. You know what human fleshy sounds sound like. When you get your little digits in there and you're inspecting stuff, human fleshy sound, human squelchy sound, scrape, 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 tink, tink. And you dig in there, and you can see 1218. You're like, maybe your TV screen is flashing with human anatomy spine images going, that's not, nope. There's a red circle around where what you should be grabbing onto, and you are not. There's definitely a part of that spine missing, and you see under all the torn muscle and blood and viscera in there, you see a very faint, pulsing orange light.
He'll kind of pull his fingers out and rummage through all of the tools that he has, get kind of like a maybe like a screwdriver, and just put a bit of cloth on the end of it to just try to stick it in there and clean it away a bit, get blood out of the way and stuff, just to sort of see better what that is.
Yeah, so you look like you found something interesting.
He gets into that mode where he has, I guess, Liam's head upside down in his lap, and he's going into the back of his neck, he's working on Bitsworth. He's getting into that mode with tools and shit.
Yeah, if you were
Anders
a cat,
has
your
seen
eyes would
some
dilate.
shit, but this is too much.
Clearly, they seem to think that there's something worth digging around or possibly fixing or something in there.
Yeah, Anders watches in horror as 1218's little TV eyes dilate, and she goes zoom mode and starts digging specifically into something. Liam's body is jerking around lifelessly and creepy.
Yeah, I'm gonna join Julia behind that fucking tree. Bye.
Ethan is probably regretting putting Liam over his knee.
Now, 1218.
I love that Ethan can only just be like, whoa, oh, all right.
No, he's dead, but you don't gotta defile him.
There's a light in there.
Oh, what now?
As everybody wonders if 1218 suddenly gained capability for euphemisms, 1218, you are able to locate a small, you're able to dig out enough, mangle enough to locate a rectangle shape with that blinking small orange light on it. It looks to be connected to something further down into his back. You can dig further if you like, but you definitely have detected a metal box of some sort.
Would he be able to tell what it is? What it's for? With my technology, not arcana knowledge? Or...
You know... You know what? You have every tool set, don't you?
the
everything.
vast majority of...
Give me, if you haven't, electrical tools.
I has electric tools.
Yeah, give me one of those. Because you're digging in there, and it's still attached to something, so unless you're savagely ripping it out, by all means tell me if you are.
No.
By all means,
I
tell
would
me
not.
if you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you aren't ripping it out, but you're getting your digits in there. You're squeezing around and squeezing on this side, and you're judging the approximate size of it and things like that. It is about the size and shape of a small remote, some small control box that you've seen.
Like a receiver? Or the actual...
You don't see any buttons on it, and you don't see an antenna, but you do know that it is powered by something because something is turning that light on and off.
So in my digging, like, did he seem human otherwise? Like, is there more mechanics that this thing was attached to, or was this just, like, wedged into a human body?
You see...
And, like, essentially, like, there's, like, that whole chunk of his spine missing. Like, was there more that somebody took?
Yeah, so as you're digging in, you definitely dug through layers of skin and muscle and tissue, and blood came out. So, like, everything seems human-like to you. It's just, once you hit bone, it looks like bone, but the sound that it makes...
Not so much?
Not so much. And this box is definitely not bone. The rest of the bone that you guys can see, the spine, is white, like bone. Just doesn't make the sound that you thought maybe it would.
So he'll show this box. I think only the outside is human. They may have taken something from him. Whatever they thought was important.
Well, I'll be damned.
Slow pan over to Bishop.
Yeah. Bishop's half paying attention as he's basically trying to get his wounds to seal up.
Some dig further, some seal up, you know.
Yeah. You know, wasting a few rounds of ammunition, taking the gunpowder, lighting it, cauterizing the wounds.
Tough guy.
Fuck.
What?
Click the wrong button. I'll be back in roll 20.
No gasp.
Oh.
I'm back.
Alright, so 1218 with all this new information and your digit halfway down into Liam's neck. What you doing?
Once they get to, like, a certain point where, like, especially the skeleton, and we'll definitely, like, explain, like I said before, that internally he appears to be manufactured, and you may be missing something. This is just explain, this is a remote.
And I'm sorry, 1218. With a 19, I could have also told you. You spent enough time fixing both humans and mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
You know that if there's a light on, something could be potentially fixed. You just have no idea what.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, 1218 is going to fix him. Sometime, somehow. But the plan is fix Liam. Rebuild what was taken. Needs to find out what was taken. But, future plan. But this does seem like an actual human body, not like a synthesized human body, if you know what I mean. Like, may pull over one of the organics for help on that question.
For what question?
Inner monologues 1218 or outer?
Outer. Like, just trying to, like, the body. Is it, like, actual human meat, or is this, like...
Wow, I hope you're saying these things near poor Ethan, because he's the only one that can really hear you. Everybody else is like, gross, goodbye.
Essentially, like, that... Is this human meat, or is this...
At a glance,
Is this
it
human
looks
meat?
like...
Eat this.
I am not asking at a glance.
I don't want to take a too close a look, but it does look like it's right. It looks like
Don't-
humans flesh.
Don't want to use the same words 1218 did.
But
Answer:
but for
organic meat bags.
That's not nice, Bithworth.
Oh God, can we just play for Bitsworth's HK-47?
oh no. It looks like it. It bleeds like it. But from what you found inside him, he very much ain't human. 'Cause we don't have boxes like that.
I'm aware. But I'm also aware that human bodies would not survive a skeletal transplant.
Typically not, no.
This is the best conversation that Ethan and 1218 have ever had.
Usually anything involving a skeleton is pretty lethal.
Plus, the best way to find out would be a complete dissection, but this is not the place for that.
Nor the time, nor the company.
Yeah, so speaking of company, Julie, you're taking a rest with Anders first, and then you're also probably eventually watching the very gross dissection surgery thing that's happening in front of you, I'd imagine.
I'm trying not to.
Bishop's just kind of watching intently as he's just sitting there now.
Yeah,
He's just kind
I'm
of-
trying to avert my eyes. That's fucked.
I mean, you get used to it, but the noise that made, the scraping of metal on metal inside a presumed human body.
Yeah, we don't have none of that back home.
Where is home for you?
California ways.
Oh yeah, me too. No shit.
Yeah, a little bit outside the hub. Haven't been there in some time now.
I don't think I ever really passed through there.
Damn big city. NCR and Brotherhood always walk around.
Yeah, well, I tried to avoid particularly those two, so.
Oh, they're not bad people.
Yeah, but I don't like, government.
That's true. People are bad. Yeah, leaders are a little bit iffy.
Nah, people are assholes.
Also true.
But that's okay sometimes.
So what are y'all doing out here besides chasing down that?
I mean, I guess, we have a lot of smaller goals. We're looking for a particularly large scrap heap that's rumored to be in this area.
Sounds like you're talking about Sans Reach. Place is a shithole.
Sorry, what?
The town a little ways south of here. Sans Reach.
Sans Rest. Julie would know, your friend would know some information about where you guys are headed. So when she mentions that, you guys all kind of perk up a little bit. Julie, you came from that way, and it's up to you, to discern what you'd like to say about that, but from Sans Rest is in the south area. And you guys, coming from Withervale, know that Sans Rest was kind of where you were headed, but really you were headed to follow the footprints. You've heard of Sans Rest, and you know it's south.
Sans Rest was a stopover point.
Just a pause on our epic journey for Scrappy.
Wait, hold the fucking phone. Julie, do you know a penny in Sans Rest?
Do I?
Or is that just a coincidence?
Remind me again how long you were in Sans Rest, Julie?
Not long passing through, maybe a couple weeks.
Then no. You may have heard of her being mentioned, but you haven't met her.
Can't say I do. It wasn't there very long.
Well, either somebody cares about you very much that you haven't met, or this is a weird coincidence. I'm going to go with the latter, then say never mind.
Who's
Probably
Penny
later.
again?
I have a note that says, talk to Penny at Sans Rest. Julie is safe.
Ah, okay. Just making sure it wasn't an important NPC that I forgot about.
Nah, not particularly.
Can't say I know her per se.
All right,
But
well,
if y'all are heading back south, I'll take a walk with y'all.
I guess I don't mind that. You got a good gun arm.
Julie, other things you would know, if you choose to share them, but you've been around for a couple weeks. So, the plants that you guys came across, Julie, you would have seen these in your hunting a few different times.
The angry bush.
Yes, that's what Julie calls it, absolutely. Some people, call them the man-eaters. Some people just say the evil plants. But you know them to be carnivorous bushes. They have slimy vines that tend to reach out when they smell death, meat, blood, any of the above. And you know that their slime works as a type of digestive acid to help the plants break you down. So you know to stay away from that as much as possible.
So, word of warning, those bushes over there, the angry bush, I don't know what they're actually called, certainly qualifies them. Those are common down these parts. They tend to give a move and a shake when you're getting close to them. Not too friendly. They start to smell dying. Best to just avoid them altogether.
Good to know. Do you know how to recognize them?
Oh yeah, I can track them down. They tend to have that slime around them. They seem to use that to eat. So look for that. Find the thing around it, and just avoid. They can't grip out that far.
Good to know.
All right. So what are the rest of you guys doing? What, are you looking to take a short rest? Are you looking to patch Liam up? Are you looking to just keep on going? Because who cares, right?
I mean,
I would approve of a short rest. Me
I
and my
might
9 hit
also
points.
approve of
I
a
think
short
we
rest.
all would.
yeah.
All right. We can say that what transpired has been the first half of your short rest. Anything else you guys want to do while you're resting? Or is it pretty quiet and solemn?
I give this.
Thank you. Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I'm slightly a bard.
Are you doing anything to revitalize them? Are you recanting a story, or do you sing well or something?
I'm just gonna get a little bit of like edible plant matter that I could find and just gather it up and hand it out.
That sounds about right. Yeah,
Because I can do that. I can feed a party of 5.
yeah. They might
Perfect.
look a little wary, making sure it's not from the angry plants, but I'm sure they all take. Whoa. Bishop loves it.
and gain an extra d6.
So
12,
I
18
will,
just kind of shrugs.
That's good enough.
I will roll the d6 for us.
Oh, okay.
3 extra points.
Cool. That is
forget.
11.
I'm back up to full exactly.
I'm at 27. That's acceptable.
That is my max.
That is one shy of my max.
Yeah, 1218, you're handed some lovely plant and you mush it up in your digits and you apply it as glue. It's not quite as strong as the other glue that took you out of commission, but it'll do.
Nope, that fills me.
After 3 hit dice, I am 2 hit points short.
Did you add the 3?
Yes.
Okay. What time of day is it?
It's about midday. They left pretty early in the morning, and it took them a few hours, but you're looking at about 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay.
The storm that you guys had while you were fighting overhead seems to have cleared up. There seems to be a slight breeze that's around the treetops, but none of that lightning that you saw before. And no mysterious bat-shaped shadows either.
Alright, y'all. We got plenty of daylight left.
I just
Let's
noticed the
find those
bush got
tracks.
named.
Unfortunately, yes, it did.
It's its name now. It's
Unfortunately.
official.
1218 will sort of like wrap up and pack up Liam as much as possible. Like pack the back of his neck and
Oh god, I just imagine her just folding the body like it was a shirt.
Yeah, so
I am also trying to figure out how to roll hit points for a robot minion.
I would just. Looks like his hit points are 17. I would just assume that he has hit dice that are a d6. That he has his own separate pool. You can track them as resources on your sheet.
So he would also.
It says 7d4 on his thing, but
Oh. Well, let's do d6 for now. Yeah, because I feel like a d4 is mean, and we'll come back and revisit that later.
yeah, so as you try and pack up Liam's neck, you stuff some stuff in there, try and maybe cauterize some of the skin so it's not flapping all over the place. Tie a nice scarf or something around his neck. And what are you guys doing with Liam? He's not exactly mobile at the moment. Is somebody carrying him?
1218 will carry him if need be.
I'm the 1218's back.
Alrighty. Julie, having spent some time at Sans Rest, you might, if you're feeling kind, relay the information that when you arrived at Sans Rest, they weren't unfriendly, but you also didn't arrive with a robot dressed like an NCR officer. So, you've heard in your time briefly at Sans Rest some slurs being slung around about the NCR and about dirty robots. So you're not quite sure how well they'll be received, being strangers and all.
I will relay that information. So, listen. The folks at Sans, they're not bad people. They're a little bit paranoid. They're not fans of the NCR. They're not fans of the metal people.
We could change his clothes, but I unfortunately do not have a meat suit.
1218.
I mean, technically,
I wanna-
now.
I want you to do me a favor and never say the word meat suit again. Thank you.
Get technically put on Liam.
Oh,
You guys are really thankful for the leaf lunch now.
I don't think the TV will fit.
They won't notice. Maybe they won't notice.
Just get
That was the worst thing I've
really
said so
good deception roll.
That was the worst suggestion I've ever given.
Yep, this took a dark turn real fast. More
We all
specifically,
hear.
more specifically, Julie, in the negative machine talk that you've heard, you haven't heard. They don't hate all robots. They do appreciate machinery. They just don't like something that walks around pretending to be one thing when it's really another. You guess that they're talking about them dirty, like, human robot things.
Just
Them dirty
follow
Liams.
what they say and you'll be fine. Just let's not wave around the body too much.
Out of character, we should totally Weekend at Bernie's this.
Oh god.
and if you put Bitsworth on as an exoskeleton, can you move a body?
I don't think it's.
Like, is Bitsworth strong enough to Weekend at Bernie's this by itself?
No.
Plug Bitsworth into the back of his neck. Have Bitsworth control the Liam.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I'm going.
That's strictly Weekend at Bernie's too. Wait, what did you say, Kyle?
I'm going to look at that.
Bitsworth has a strength of 4. So I
Okay,
don't think
4.
so.
So carrying capacity 80.
Yeah, definitely not strong enough.
Robot
to carry.
body might weigh a little more than 80 pounds.
Yeah, but if you lean his arms over you and you guys are doing like this buddy thing, it's fine. You could take on some of the weight. Bitsworth will take on 80 pounds. But
Be
it's
under the push drag.
good to know the 80 pounds, though. For later.
Oh,
Which means it's totally reasonable for him to carry C4 and grenades and drop them on catapults.
Yep.
So, as you guys are getting up and trying to figure out how you're getting out of here, can somebody give me a survival roll? One of you?
I've got it.
Whoever's good at it.
Yep.
I'll also accept whoever's bad at it.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Not recommended.
Alrighty then.
And as I'm walking, I'll be using my sweep ability.
Alright, so within 30 feet of you, you might even still be getting a little bit of a tinge for obvious enemies as the people that are surrounding you. You're not 100% sure. You're getting some read off of... some residual read of something off of Liam. The slump of meat sack. But nothing else within 30 feet of you. But as you're kind of walking around, as far as escape routes go, you see the path that you came through in the woods. It's thick brush around here, aside from the path that's like clearly laid out in front of you guys. But you made it through. You would imagine that if you made it through, there's another path. And as you're kind of looking on the ground, you see some distinct footprints. You guys made a mess of this place. There's dead bugs and guts and slime and stuff everywhere. But throughout that, the further down you get on this path, Julie, you're able to see a distinct pair of footprints. Pretty far apart. You're guessing they're running. And you get down real close to those footprints. You see little drops of blood. And those footprints are leading you off pretty much in the direction you just came from. Pretty close to it.
Hey, y'all were following after the dead one, right?
We were following the thing that took him.
Well, I don't I'm not 100% sure, but I think whatever did that to him went this way. Someone just went by here and was running with quite a gait.
Hmm. Now that they're pointing this out, looking at the footprints, do they look like power armor footprints?
Big, deep.
They're not quite as deep as the footprints that you were following, but they look pretty similar. Although they're way further apart than the ones that you were following. So if he was running before, he's really booking it now.
And with every reason to, having ditched Liam.
Hmm.
They go deeper into the brush, so moving might be a hassle. If I start moving this way and I start looking through this area following the footprints, does it look like parts of the trees and brush have been pushed aside and broken?
Yeah, absolutely. You see some broken branches. You see no. You are a hunter. You spent time in the woods. That you're able to. You're able to track things. This, whatever this was, made no attempt to cover where they were headed. There's broken stuff. There's stuff pushed aside. The brush is brush is pretty thick, but you can still see a distinct path through it that they clearly took.
If y'all are still following him, he went this way.
That's the general plan.
We
I
have
know.
Liam back. Do we care?
That was going to be my point.
Personally, I'm curious as to what the Brotherhood Steel's doing around these parts. But if y'all'd rather get back to a town, I'd understand.
Did you guys tell Julie what you guys were chasing? Sorry if I missed it.
They have not.
Though this would have been the point where I was about to say something about it.
Say away.
Though I wouldn't mind getting revenge on that power armor fucker who did this to him. While he may not be human, he was still my friend.
It's a very fair reason to keep chase.
Wait, power armor?
Yeah, Brotherhood.
Why would the Brotherhood be out here?
Why
My
would they
question
be
exactly.
anywhere?
If the Brotherhood's anywhere, it's because there's some sort of pre-war technology, which means I'm interested.
That's odd. I can follow these if y'all want.
Wouldn't mind finding out where he holds up. Of course, he's got such a lead on us right now. Who knows if we'd catch up?
But heading to the town will guarantee you that we can't.
Would I know how power armor works?
You're coming from the... Okay, and how old are you again?
20... mid-20s? Wrote it down somewhere.
You've heard lots of rumors, but you've never, seen it in action that you can recall. Not a full... You've probably seen, Raider put together haphazard. Oh, it's power armor with, the R spelled backwards.
Okay.
NCR might have, an arm or a leg that you've seen, but never a full suit ever. You've heard tales, and they don't end well for those that go up against it. But you guys just took down, 12 bugs and 3 angry bushes, so, I mean, you'll be fine.
We did the third one?
14? Oh, I mean, not 3.
I've seen raiders and such put together bits of suits. Never got a good look at a full one, but I doubt they sleep in the damn thing.
Well, it'll have to stop eventually.
And there's only one way to find out where he's going to stop.
Alright, well, sounds like we're giving chase.
Any objections, Anders? 12:18?
No.
No? Good.
I might have some later, but for now,
We need
let's roll
to
out.
we need to put Liam somewhere safe.
Where, though?
I think right now the safest place he has is with us.
Well, if this isn't shaping up to be a silhouetted homeward bound scene, I don't know what is.
I say we give chase.
Alright, Miss Julie, lead the way.
Alright, follow me then. Stay low and stay quiet.
Ethan will assist her if she has to make survival checks and etc. to keep following.
And Anders will assist 1218.
All right, so go ahead and put yourself in single file order, because that is the only way you're going to make it through here. Who's going first, last, and who Liam is attached to.
Liam is like, yeah.
I have a lot of rope. I could potentially tie him to her back. Tie him to 1218's back.
That's a terrible idea. If we get into combat, we can just drop him. It's not like he's gonna feel it.
Morbid, but true.
Toss him at someone.
Projectile Liam.
He is technically not dead, just deactivated.
Alright, perhaps a little less projectile Liam.
Well, if he's a robot, he's not gonna feel this. Toss him.
You hear maybe some groans of argument from the back of the line. Bitsworth, is he flying near you? Up top? Just if it helps you, the trees, some of the trees around you, the tallest of which are about 25, 30 feet in height. That's as high up as it goes, but those are few and far.
As high as he can go without, if the storm is still overhead, then not so as high.
Oh wait, that's a great question.
Safe height.
You don't see, so you don't see the storm peeking through, and the further you guys start to march into there, you can't see much of the sky at all. You hear some wind, but no more of that lightning and stuff. You had a question, Ben?
Yeah, my question was about the weather.
Yeah, no more of the lightning that you heard when you were fighting. You hear some wind, but it's muffled. You see the tops of the trees kind of shaking around, but that's about it. You seem to be free of the winds in here, but there are plenty of other dangers. So, Julie leading the way, you guys follow after the torn path led by your Brotherhood person of interest. And I think this is where we're going to wrap it, and we will pick up with single file through the forest when we return next week. Assuming next week works for most.
I'm gonna be on a plane.
You will be on a plane. Do you happen to trust the person that's directly behind you in line to direct your character, or at least,
Peyton knows how I play.
Yeah. If you don't mind,
Alright.
I could. That's
I've been playing with him long enough. He knows how I play.
Normally I wouldn't ask, but I I may or may not fear for your lives if you're down to 4 people. I don't want to postpone again, so. All right, cool.
We've been postponing a lot.
Feel free to tune in if the plane lets you at all, and you can see what your
I
character's
may
doing.
try to get into voice on the plane because I have a flight that's 8 to or 6 to 11.
Oof.
That sounds fun.
So if I'm on the plane and I have Wi-Fi in the shuttle on, I won't be able to speak, but I'll be able to type it.
Give me commands.
No, I'll be able to I'll have my phone and my tablet. I'll be able to.
Oh, true.
Yeah, Roll20 doesn't play well on tablets. Just
Yeah,
letting you know.
I've made it work.
You do what you gotta do to play D&D.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for joining. If you guys want to, I know we have a game starting in another hour, but some of you are in that game, so maybe take a pause, whatnot. Not sure if you guys want to do a quick kudos to moments in the game that you liked so that people can earn inspiration. I mean, I'm sure you won't need it, but if you want to real quick, that's fine.
Freaking Julie with that sniper shot.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing 40 points of damage.
Yes.
That's what I enjoyed.
Yes. That is the instance I'm talking about. Kudos to that.
Yeah, kudos are typically about other people, but luckily somebody else noticed your 40 plus damage.
It was the only thing I did the entire game.
I mean, the helping
was-
out and everything as well.
Yeah,
the help action.
I was a huge fan of the help action with a flashlight. That would be my kudos.
I was utterly horrified by it, but I appreciated 1218's determination to figure out what Liam was.
Yeah, I can deeply appreciate. What is this?
Yeah, Felon would be proud, I think.
And I wanna... Was it Ethan who kind of... Oh no, my friends are getting attacked, but there's a deer. I'm going to attack the bush instead.
You saved the deer.
Ethan
I
has
did
priority.
Whether it was my doing or not, the deer was saved.
Yep. Attack the bush Wookie.
Ethan deeply has his priorities in order.
Ethan will pet little Frank.
The hell is little Frank?
Little Frank's it's a small mouse that I've adopted.
Yeah, we gotta start having him roll initiative. He has powers,
Oh my
man.
god.
Powers of cuteness.
I'd also like to kudos Anders for taking all of that damage that would have outright killed me.
I
after
could have
the second
taken
attack.
one
Sure,
more
yeah.
hit. I could have taken one more hit without being in danger.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Especially
But-
him having about 8 health left and taking 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Dedicated to the
have.
cause.
I will reveal that I have the half orc thing of if you drop to 0, you can drop the 1 instead.
Yeah.
Once per
The
long rest.
indomitable feat or whatever. Or
In this
racial trait.
game, it's called resilience.
Yeah.
It's all
Ooh.
greenskin.
I'm going to say this. From now on, I am as far away from danger as physically possible.
We will make bigger
That's
maps.
good.
Probably not, but
We-
we'll
we
think
tr-
about it.
Probably not, but
What we start
my God.
doing is when we see enemies, everyone just starts passing Julie down the line.
Bishop's going to be sitting right back there with you. Fuck this.
Nope, no.
Ethan will hopefully be under a tree or around a wall.
I am a large, semi-muscular man.
I'd like
Before
to
I
give
forget,
I'd like to give Bishop some kudos here for asking if there were any objections, and then not waiting for a response and saying no. Good.
Way you think
Because,
so,
yeah,
it
I'm
should be.
vendetta mode right now. It's
Spooky.
my friend is essentially dead.
Brain dead. Not
Now,
really dead.
Ben, you want to reveal?
that deer's name is Bildo Staggins.
Yes, it is. And that is
Oh,
now
I purchased a
officially
level up. I
a
purchased
guarantee
level
you
up.
will see Bildo Staggins again. Somewhere.
If he ever appears
So
again, Ethan will tame it.
I have to give also my kudos to Ethan.
If it hadn't have just booked it, I was gonna try and feed it a cracker. the same thing that worked with little Frank.
Animals are simple.
Ride a radstag into battle.
With your
And how
little
much-
Frank.
Yes.
How much experience is this worth per level? Or
It would be 100 now, I think, if we're going the same way we have been.
25 times level.
okay,
Wait, what?
Huzzah.
For
the kudos
you get
experience.
a bit of XP.
Try to encourage fun moments through XP, the only currency that the players really care about.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Hold on,
We
I-
care very much about caps, but it doesn't make sense to reward us with that.
Oh yeah, sorry. All those bees and bugs had so many caps on them. They had guns too, and what is that, mac and cheese?
I really hope there's some.
Somebody say black pepper mac and cheese.
Cellulose.
There's also a single thing of jet.
You don't know how
Hey, is
close
anybody
I
else? Is anybody else really fucking itchy right now?
You don't know how close I came to making a chemist as a character.
Oh my god.
Oh, you and Anders would have been best friends.
I mean, technically, I am sort of a chemist. I have
But
chem-
with explosives.
yes, I have proficiency with chem cooking tools.
So does 1218.
Yeah,
You're currently
my-
housing all of them.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
housing all the things for emergency purposes only.
she doesn't know about the daddy-o though.
Oh, it'll be.
Wait, you have something and you have your own stash.
That's my
I
new.
might-
Go ahead.
I might have a single dose of daddy-o on me.
Oh,
we
drugs
also
are.
have we have the one XL from the
Yeah, drugs are purchasable too on the stream store.
Oh,
So
Did,
If you
did
spend
somebody
time
purchase
watching-
an XL?
I think it was a
Yeah.
while ago, back when one of the times that we were going to kill you.
Oh, there's where all the stim packs and all that crap is.
Yeah, we frequently forget those exist.
Yeah, forget
What?
that this particular tab exists.
Yeah.
Because
So
we never
Zach,
need them.
there's a stream store that like viewers can use, and essentially they can buy stuff for us, whether it's items or can't they also make us do things?
They can, like the NPC level up. So now Bildo Staggins is a thing in the game because Ben purchased it on the stream store.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
My new goal is to make. You said in emergencies only 1218. My new goal is to push Kyle to kill you guys enough to make 1218 open that vault of goodness and toss something to Anders.
Yes.
Not feral.
did we gain XP for this fight? It's been so long since I had an XP character that I forget how this works.
Indeed, Kyle is typing and tallying that all up, and if he doesn't get to it in the next couple minutes, we will post it in Discord. Because
Discord.
poor Acheron, you have some other killing to do of a different kind in less than an hour.
Yes, and I need to help a newcomer to the evil side, to the dark side, finish getting their sheet set up.
Ooh.
Oh, are they joining tonight, starting tonight?
I think that is the intention, yes.
Ooh, I will check that overlay is ready. Alright, cool. Well, thank you all for playing. This was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting.
And we will see you all next week, and Julie
There we
by
go.
proxy.
Yes.
Alright.
And hopefully not by proxy. Hopefully I'll be able to play on
Stupid planes. Alright, have a good evening. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
that guy's
Bye.
See ya.